Hi, I'm Kevin Spath. I'm a licensed professional counselor candidate with Somatic Therapy Partners. I'm passionate about working with clients that have experienced developmental trauma, primarily in early stages of development, so in childhood and adolescence, through attachment wounds to their primary caregivers. And that can be caused by, abuse of some sort, whether it's physical, emotional, sexual, or even neglect, which is often kind of ignored or not even noticed because it's not as tangible. And so that could be, again, physical or emotional. And then those kind of related manifestations. So wrapping up your identity around those wounds, which can create a low self-esteem, low self-worth, shame, guilt, can show up in different ways of expressing, like in anxiety, depression, anger, and then the ways we relate to others. So it can show up as relationship issues and that kind of thing. And then, people's ways of trying to cope with that to just feel okay at times through substance abuse and things like that. So those are my ideal clients. Those are the people that I'm passionate about supporting. To me, somatic therapy is a body-mind holistic approach to healing from traumatic wounds. My particular approach incorporates the interweaving of three primary elements, which include education, self-awareness, and skill development. And so how education kind of shows up is developing an understanding and language for the different states of the nervous system and how our experience maps onto that. The self-awareness piece starts to come in when we're identifying and noticing those patterns in real time, the way the body's expressing it and how it relates to the patterns of thought, emotions, and behaviors. And then the skill development comes in when, okay, now we identify, we have an awareness, what do we do about it? So we start incorporating these skills one at a time, right? Not overwhelming, not becoming too much. So then, what do I do with this? But practicing in session, developing that confidence, that empowerment, allowing it to be brought into our lives between sessions and integrated, and then becoming to a point where it's totally consolidated, where we're doing it and we're just being without having to control that experience. My superpower is openness. I've received a lot of feedback over the years from my clients and the different ways that it shows up in sessions and how it impacts their experiences in therapy. And so one way is it's this non-judgmental, accepting presence and empathetic relating that creates a sense of safety and trust and nurtures increasing levels of vulnerability, whereby clients feel seen and heard and understood, and it starts to heal those deeper relational attachment wounds. And then another way it shows up is in this spontaneous, flexible way of responding that deepens that self-exploration process because it taps into that innate wisdom within the client instead of getting us stuck in some pre-established plan of doing this that may not be appropriate for the moment. And that kind of all together creates this really beautiful container for the healing process.